Uh-oh. The Democrats slipped up. They actually agree with Donald Trump. And I'm going to prove that to you right here in this next clip. And also, man, later on, we're going to be getting back into that interview between CNN and that Cartel member. I found the full 3-minute and 30-second, nearly 30-second clip of that, and I'm going to talk to y'all about that. And they're continuing these deportation protests. It is just getting ridiculous. But first, let me show y'all this clip, man. Ellie Mistel says he wouldn't care if he got shot by an illegal alien.
Why do I care what their status was when they committed the crime? If you can prove they committed a crime. I say in the book, if I get shot, if I get murdered by an undocumented immigrant, please tell my children I did not care that they were undocumented.
Right.
I mean, technically you wouldn't be able to care. You no longer here. So, I mean, you're not completely wrong, but what? Did y'all hear the first part of that? Remember I said the Democrats agree with Trump? Hold on. He actually slipped up a little bit. Let me play it back in slow-mo. It's like, just replay.
Why do I care what their status was when they committed the crime? If you can prove they committed what their status was when they committed the crime.
Why do I care what their status was when they committed the crime? You mean like the crime of crossing the border? Illegally? Okay, you can prove that they, if they don't have no proof of citizenship, if they ain't got an ID, so you know what I'm saying? Did y'all just hear this, man? Todd Harry replied, well, if he doesn't care, I don't care either. Somebody said missing the point by about a mile. What the communists and their propaganda networks have done to these sheep is absolutely incredible. I tell you, it should be studied, man, because the way they just got scammed, oh my God, it's worse than spam calls. Aren't you tired of getting these spam calls and text messages? Do you even know why you're getting them in the first place? No worries, I'll explain. You see, these big tech companies, they are not doing a good job of protecting our data, keeping it safe at all. Like, they're not even trying, literally. Recently, Ticketmaster was hacked and over 500 million users' data was put up for sale on the dark web. And the reason they didn't inform you about this is because, according to them, this doesn't have a material impact on our company. So yeah, the stolen data, it includes full names, addresses, email addresses, your credit card info, and basically that makes them you. And in that case, you would want it to be spam instead of fraud, I'm telling you. And this is why I have to bring to your attention today the sponsor of this video, Aura.com. You see, Aura.com alerts me anytime my data is breached, giving me fast fraud alerts, and it removes my info from data broker websites to cut down on spam. And they also offer things like the VPN, transaction monitoring, antivirus protection. You also got parental controls and identity theft insurance, all in one affordable app, might I add. If my data was ever to be compromised again, I wouldn't even be in no type of worried state. You know why? Because I know Aura is in the background keeping me safe and protected, as well as your family for that matter. So in order to ensure that protection, please visit aura.com/kingdomreacts right now and get your first 2 weeks on us. And don't worry, I had a link available in the description for you. Now, I have to add this right here. This comment right here below. This is Fissy. It's hilarious how CNN wanted a different response, but got one. They can't deny Trump is respected, no matter who it is, apparently.
I mean, according to the Trump administration, you are a terrorist. I mean, the cartels have been labeled a foreign terrorist organization.
And that's gonna get me every single time. According to the Trump administration, you are a terrorist. Like, you don't think he's a terrorist? If you don't think he's a terrorist, then
what do you make of that?
Está fea la situación, ¿verdad? Está fea la situación, pero pues todos tenemos que comer.
What's your message to Donald Trump if he's watching this?
Now watch this.
Él tiene que,
my respect.
que según él buscar lo mejor para.
According to him, he's looking out for his people.
Para los suyos. Pero el detalle que
But the problem is the consumers are in the United States. If there weren't any consumers, we would stop.
There is a lot of violence playing out on these streets here at the moment every day, right? I mean, people are dying on a daily basis. Children are afraid to go to school. Do you have any sense of remorse over your role and your involvement in this group?
Claro que sí. Claro que sí.
Of course, he says.
Pues está triste.
Things are sad, but,
pero,
well, things are sad.
His phone is pinging. Someone is nearby. He tells us we need to leave for our own safety. It's because of the actions of cartel members like these that civilians too are caught up in this violence. Vivian Aspuro, the missing woman from the poster, was one of them. Her body has just been found. I'm so sorry for your loss, I really am. Are you able to tell me a little bit about your sister?
Fue una niña feliz, tuvo todo lo que siempre quiso, fue muy amada. Le gustan mucho los gatos, Harry Styles, Lady Gaga. Íbamos a ir a su concierto juntas, ahora ya no.
I mean, there has been, there's massive escalation in violence here over the last few months with this conflict taking place. Do you feel like your sister's death is related to that?
Sí, sí, creo que no creo que ella no se metió con ninguna persona peligrosa, pero la violencia que está azotando aquí en Culiacán dio pie a que esto pasara porque pues antes había códigos y se respetaban a las mujeres y a los niños.
I mean, the authorities are saying that they're going after the bad guys, they're making a lot of arrests, they're going after the drugs, they're going after the weapons. Do you feel like they're not doing enough?
No están haciendo nada. Culiacán se ha vuelto un lugar del que es imposible vivir.
Thank you for talking with us. You're being so strong. She'd be so proud of you.
Muchas gracias, en serio.
Thank you.
Gracias a ustedes por
gracias.
darle visibilidad a mi hermana.
For Vivian's family, the authorities' efforts amount to nothing more than anguish.
First of all, my condolences to the family. I didn't know it was going to get us on that whole unfortunate situation. Instead, I was under the impression that this was the full clip as it was presented to me of the interview. And I guess I didn't see the part where they ended up getting kicked out. Or did I? I can't remember. Let's read a few comments from this. It says, cartel members apparently have stronger foundation of principles than journalists. It turns out people respect strength and leadership. CNN is working with Sinaloa Cartel, a very powerful but to the point message. The F just knows a predator drone. Well, I don't know what that is. CNN, Trump is working with the cartels. Right. That's exactly how they would spin this for sure. Cartel members have more sense than the journalists. I don't know, man. I really don't know what they was trying to accomplish with this, except under some sort of anti-Trump sort of spinoff. Like, only reason why I said it is because they said Trump has deemed you a terrorist organization as if like they don't. What did I just watch, America? What did we just watch, America? What was that? Let my people stay. What? Why are so many boomers woke and support Democrats? What else we got here? 4 more years. Winning for sure. Now, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem shuts down Congresswoman, I don't know what I just did. I just rebooted. Rep Escobar's false claims about family separations, reaffirming the Trump administration's policies. Of course, they're doing a lot of fear-mongering right now as it pertains to this, man, but people are losing their lives, okay? America has been invaded. We need to restore our country.
I'd like to now focus on U.S. citizens who were deported.
What?
In fact, 3 children so far, likely more children.
Now, you see how they phrase that? Watch how this lie get exposed. Just watch.
One of those children with cancer who was deported without the medication.
Oh, now y'all care about kids with cancer. Oh, wow, Democrats. Wow.
Necessary to address that child's cancer. Again, a U.S. citizen. The lawyers have said that they were not given, the family was not given an opportunity to make plans for the kids. And so they were deported, essentially, again, U.S. citizens. I have a question about the forms that ICE is supposed to utilize when engaging with parents who have children, the parents who are being deported and the U.S. citizen children. One of those forms is ICE Form 71-078, or the Caregiver Designation at Arrest form. Were any of the individuals who were deported, who had U.S. citizen children deported with them, were they given an opportunity to sign that form?
When these, the specific cases that you're referencing with these children, it was the parents' choice to take their children with them.
Did ICE
Which it is the
follow
policy
through
of the
on the
Trump
policy?
administration to keep families together.
Ma'am, reclaiming my time. I told you at the top of this, ma'am, reclaiming my time. I said that the questions are really simple, yes or no. Was that form used in any of those cases?
I will get back to you on that specific form.
Perfect.
I don't know the number, but I do know these mothers went on the record.
The second form, ma'am, reclaiming my time. Ma'am, please, ma'am, reclaiming my time. I'd like you to avoid the filibuster so I can get to all my questions, please.
Answering your questions.
So the second ICE form that I'd like to ask.
Y'all know that the families are, and this is what the left is doing, with the misinformation. You have families that are being deported who are taking their children as well. And of course, if their children were born here in America, there's that conversation. So then you got the Democrats now spinning it like, oh, they're deporting Americans. You know what? I don't even want to play this one. You know, I'm going to go straight to my bookmarks, y'all, because I want to go straight to my guy, Scott Jennings. Do you believe illegal immigrants every illegal immigrant is the same? Let's see him answer this question real quick, y'all.
Do you believe that every immigrant here is the same? You can't believe that because they're not. They're not.
I do.
There's some good, there's some bad. There's some criminal, they're not.
I believe everybody who's here illegally is here illegally. Not all are violent, but all are here illegally.
But how do you differentiate if nobody gets a hearing, if you don't have due process? How do you distinguish one from the other?
Well,
so what you're saying is every person that's here in this country...
They're here illegal. That's one. That's one way to distinguish it.
Is a criminal, is a gang member,
no.
Should be thrown in jail.
Every person who's here illegally, is in fact a criminal. Some of them do come here and commit violent crimes and still aren't deported.
If you don't have a process?
Well, some have records and some don't.
But
I'm
still
here
have
to break the
constitutional rights.
They're all going away.
Still have constitutional.
So here's the deal. We've let 20 million something people into the country illegally. And now what a lot of folks want to do is use the court system to try to stop as much as possible the rapid deportation of illegal aliens from the country. What the president said in the interview was very clear. He was unsure on these deportation cases because of the unusual circumstances, but he was going to defer to his brilliant lawyers and said, quote, "We are going to follow what the Supreme Court says." There is no outrage here that's worth it. We have been invaded by millions upon millions of people, and he was elected to get them out. He was elected to get them out. And what some people are proposing is a backlog system that will never allow us to go to get them out.
Illegal.
Oh, she's the worst host. I'm sorry. The worst. The absolute worst.
We have been invaded by millions upon millions of people, and he
people. I mean, that's actually just how the system works.
Do you know how long it takes?
I'm sorry.
And what some people are proposing is a backlog system that will never allow us to go to get them out.
You're describing illegal immigration, which has been around for a long time, as an invasion, which is fine for you if you want to do that. But why is that unusual that there's a process to go through to deport people? I mean, that's actually just how the system works.
Do you know how long it takes for this process, this paperwork to get people out? The guy that we've all been weeping and gnashing teeth over, the guy we sent to El Salvador, was in the country 14 years illegally.
But what about what
We've got
Dante's-
millions of people who have gamed this system,
But what
and
about
now
what
we're going to
Dante-
give
Either
it
you
some more.
believe in the Constitution or you don't. And
I believe in the sovereignty of the United States, or you don't.
But
So you don't believe in the
do you believe in the
I
Constitution?
believe in the sovereignty of the United
So you
States,
don't
and I
believe in the
believe
Constitution.
and I believe we've
And
been
you don't
invaded.
believe that
Can I
Donald
just
Trump
ask a
should
question?
abide by the Constitution?
Just a serious question.
Of course I do. And of course I
Do
believe.
you believe that he does?
And I believe that he will follow, just as he said, what the Supreme Court says. But the policy debate is worth
From the
having.
very beginning,
millions
of Trump,
upon millions of
when
people are
Trump
here, and they will not
campaigning,
leave, and he has to get them
always.
These people, man. I don't even know what else to say. I've talked about that. Like, the responses are going to be the same. We have millions of illegal aliens here. They shouldn't be here. You say that they need to have due process. If you read the law, you'll know that they have two different processes in terms of getting illegals out of the country. One which involves a hearing, and one which doesn't, which is the expedited process. It appears, I'm reading the comment by Maine, it appears the side effect of a serious Ozempic addiction might be a newly found disdain for the Constitution. Funny how they are now seemingly not okay with Trump deporting criminal illegal aliens, but when Obama deported 92% of illegals that never got their due process, they were fine. Rules for thee, not for we. The bureaucrats are creating more bureaucracy to keep their election stealing, house packing illegals here in hopes they can grab power away from the Republicans long enough to permanently take over. Hell no, somebody said. Now, we're going to go back to that one clip that I skipped past earlier. If I can get to it, hold on. Where Newark, New Jersey Democrat Mayor Raz Baraka just tried to break into a detention center housing illegals to campaign for their release. Has he ever put this much energy into helping his constituents?
For your values.
Yeah, right here.
Build this country up, and it's a shame that the IRS is sharing information with ICE. It's a shame that people have died against a giant without legal representation and without the support of anybody.
They denied our people entry yesterday. The health department, code of UCC officials, fire department, they denied them entry yesterday. So we all came today, collectively to make them let us into this place today. They're saying that they have to wait for ICE to give them permission, which is not true. Right, ICE doesn't have to give them permission. They don't even have a long-term lease at this point. They have a contract. And so they're completely responsible for what's happening here, the GEO group. And what they're trying to do is hide under the veil of ICE and the federal government to say that we don't have jurisdiction because the federal government does. It's not true. The court is written out. They wouldn't let us in yesterday, so we're here today trying to get in, and we're going to get in today.
Who do you believe is inside?
It doesn't matter who's inside. I think they may have detainees in there. They're not supposed to be in there. That's our position. Nobody's supposed to be in there. We've allowed the courts to negotiate this when there was no detainees in the building. It was just workers, GEO, and us. ICE don't have a long-term lease with these folks, so GEO is completely responsible. They're hiding behind ICE right now. keep telling our folks that ICE has to give us permission to get in, which is completely not true. The fire officials can go into any building anytime they want to do any inspection. They're not allowing them in. I wasn't here yesterday. The fire officials and UCC code officials were here yesterday. They wouldn't let them in, so now I'm here today.
And how did you get a tip that there might be someone inside?
One of the security workers here told us that somebody was inside. Then we ran across a individual, a woman at the press conference, told us that she ran into somebody whose wife was in here, and then we searched that guy down and had a conversation. So we know for a fact that people are in here. So.
In our state, no fear, no hate, no ICE in our state, no fear, no hate, no ICE in our state. Let alone with love each day, take a stand throughout the land. Let my people say.
We ain't finna listen to that again. Nope, not about to do it. Why is this man not behind bars right now? Somebody added, they live in a little bubble where all they hear is Donald Trump is deporting people without due process, and they want to make a big show for the people who vote for them. And they don't realize most of the people want these people out of here too. Listen, I'm going to pray for y'all today. Y'all say a prayer for me. We got to keep God at the forefront of all this chaos right now. And even when it's not chaotic like this. But other than that, y'all be safe. Go check on somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Catch you in the next video.